Tell them all. Mayegun today. Mayegun is live. Starting from the caption of the broadcast. Has anyone here seen Koolu in the last 48 hours? Raise up your hands. We saw him 48 hours ago, and that was in Rome. Do we have anybody here who have seen Tifnumbu in the last 24 hours? Who? Okay. Normally, right, you probably would want, if Nigeria was a real country, okay, normally they would possibly have to raise, what do you call it, Amber Alert, a missing person alert, a missing presidiot alert. But it is Nigeria. Somehow, even without being told, some of them can easily just tell you that they know where he is. So Tifnumbu was seen in Rome 2 days ago, where he was a guest or the leader of the Nigeria delegation to the Pope's inauguration. That one created its own sort of like frenzy, agendas and all that, I mean, on the side. However, the suit wearing Tifnumbu, immediately after that ceremony, he met with some bishops or so from Nigeria who went to say thank you to him in his hotel. Then after that, some of those they went to Rome together have returned back to Nigeria, including Peter Obi. So since then, we have no idea. You know, usually we used to be able to track the, what's that called again, transpondent or something, right, of his plane, but somehow, or maybe people just are not just interested, right? So we have no idea where he is. And Nigerians, they don't care. You know, that's the irony of it all. It is a place where, starting from those who are supposed to be their leaders, the role models, pure, or should I say, bunch of lawless criminals, so to say, they can do whatever they want anytime. There will be no consequences. These are guys who are pretty much above the law itself. So you become president of Nigeria, you owe nobody any explanation anymore, you know, except, as some say, except if you are a vigilantan, you know. So some say that maybe Tifnumbu is in France, like an average Nigeria would tell you, or he just went back to recharge, you know. So in the last 10 years, should I say, the last government and this one, right, the rogues who have been, unfortunate, I say fortunate anyway, fortunate to be your presidiot. They've compromised the national security several times, enough that the medical records of your president, the presidiot, they are not with the, should I say, the top authority or medical authority in your country. They are with, you know, different doctors abroad, enough that we can say, for example, that of Bukwari. Bukwari was here like almost 4 years of his 8 years rule in the UK. And he became a lab rat, or should we say the guinea pig for medical students, right? Of a King James Hospital in London, right? That was what Bukwari, the presidiot of supposed Nigeria, was. Today, Tifnumbu is the guinea pig, lab rat for the medical students, American hospital in Paris. And regularly, they just have to go back there, right? They've done so well somehow, if you want to give them credit, by the way, you know, under Bukwari, he had to be here. almost every 3 months. And sometimes he will stay back here for more than 2 months, right? So what they did with that of Tifnubu was that they were able to move some of those, their medical or Tifnubu's battery chargers from France to Abuja. But they still, they can't move all their machines, can they? So they say it still has to go back there to what? To get charged. But out of disrespect, which is kind of like suitable for that contraption because people enabled it, right? People, these guys don't even give a shit to their own people to say, you know what, this is my medical condition. This is what I'm kind of like dealing with, right? Enough to be honest with their own people. No. So they will take their own, supposed scarce forex, jump on the presidential jet, and then to London, to France, to go pay the doctors there, right? They will give them what they believe world-class medical treatment to make it worse, Bokwari suffered the kind of medical problems, right? Health problems that he himself said he has never kind of suffered that much in his entire existence. He's never seen anything like that before. But guess what? Up to this moment, there is no one single hospital built by Bokwari, right? To at least care for Nigerians who are also suffering what he suffered or is suffering from throughout that 8 years. Like you are lying there on the theater table, right? And they're like cutting you up, down, this and that. And to you, it's a miracle because that's what they tell their supporters back in Nigeria. Allah has done it. Allah saved me. Here you get. Well, you're lying down there. You don't even know if you're going to come back alive. Now you are back alive. And something didn't tell you that I'm gone. There's a chance that I'm actually not the only person suffering this. Right? Now I have to fly 6 hours to this place just to come and get this help. So what would it cost them to build similar facility in Nigeria that you don't have to fly 6 hours? You just have to drive a few minutes, right? Unfortunately, so Tifnubu is on that same drive, okay? He used to carry his urine bag in the open. So they had to devise another means of how he will be carrying his urine bag, his pampers and the rest of that. And every now and then, like they did there for Bokwari, right? It will remain on steroids, and steroids is like pump him and pump him. It will only just appear normal for few minutes. Okay, so the moment things begin to go to an hour, 2 hours, he's out. So they have to take him out of there, and that's why sometimes you may see Tifnubu that he looks so drugged up like that. And sometimes he will look so sharp that you'll be like, oh, he looks so well. Oh. Do you understand? So it keeps running that, and there is no chance. He built Lagos, right? So normally you will say such facility should be in Lagos. So if he missed it when he was building Lagos, then now he himself is battling old age health problem. Right? It is nothing, it should be nothing biggie. It's not a big deal. Do you understand? He's an old guy, and of course, his own organ and his own system are never going to be the same, right? So he is human. He is not a machine. So therefore, being unwell, sometimes you can say, oh, when I was governor, I wanted to build a facility that could take care of this, and that, but I missed it. So, now you are the president of the country, right? But rather than at least, how long do you think it's going to take to build a standard medical facility? Maybe 2 years. Abi? But at least you have to start and say, you know what? I need to put something like this up because I don't have, not everyone would be going to France to access the same healthcare, but we can have that here. But they don't think like that. you know. So they did a lot to distract us from all that happened in Rome. And then afterward, because if you take a look at the what do you call it, the social media handles of some of the senior Ronu bandits or the Ronu coups, the agenda they are pushing mostly is about Obi this, Obi that. That even that time, if you come to think of it, it was like, Omo, I don't even know, even right now, and I believe I'm not probably the only person thinking this, because I've seen people express the same, sort of like observation, okay? So if you look at Nigeria right now, it can't be like saying our two presidents they have. Do you understand? I'll tell you, I will describe it, okay? Tifnumbu is your president official. He's the one that takes and makes all decisions. He is responsible for whatever is going on in that place. But somehow, yeah, when things happen, the Ronukus won't call Tifnumbu. They will be calling Obi. I don't know if you have observed that. Right? Oh, what? Has Obi said anything? What did Obi say about that? About Tifnumbu no send anybody, no send their papa, no send anybody. They are not worried. So when they went to that room, it was Tifnumbu. I mean, they publicized it. They said he was invited, like it was a ticket to heaven, kind of. It was publicized. So Tifnumbu invited to Rome. He's the president of Nigeria, for God's sake, right? And then the next thing was like, I don't know why they didn't invite Peter Obi. It's like, Peter Obi is it's not representing Nigeria, right? So why all that agenda? I don't know. But it's kind of like, it's weird. Like, people like, it's kind of, it was intentional, right? So when Tifnumbu got into the Vatican Hall where they did their inauguration, and then his son got bounced, right? He wanted to go and shake the Pope, right? And another video surfaced where Peter Obi Fayemi were also told, they were also bounced at the entrance. They said, no, this is the VVIP. Then the Ronukus were everywhere. Peter Obi, he went to the Pope's invitation, Pope's inauguration. He was never invited. What was he doing there? They had to bounce him and send him away. Okay, I was like, why is everybody talking about him? So eventually, another image or set of images also emerged. And there, Peter Obi, Fayewa and others on the queue, they said they wanted to go and greet Tifnumbu. So then they switched it. He's finally in the same place with Tifnumbu, but he had to sit elsewhere. He can never sit where Tifnumbu sits. Like, common sense now. Yeah? It doesn't hurt anything, right? As Nigeria is concerned. So why would you want him to be where Tifnumbu is? He's not in any capacity to be where Tifnumbu is when it comes to Nigeria. But he kept pushing that, and then it was like, they took group picture. It was not in the group picture. I was like, if they did take a group picture, okay, why should he be there? Do you know? Then I started thinking, I was like, okay, you know what? Somehow, it's like some of them actually really, really believes that Tifnumbu didn't win any election. Tifnumbu is the president today because he knows strategy. Do you understand? Like, I don't know. I have said it before that it has gotten to a stage of obsession that you will think, even when his ministers are talking, this politician, that politician, it's always about Obi. And I'm like, this guy came third. That's what your INEC said, Abi. Why is it so relevant to you? Why must you compare him with Tifnumbu, who is supposed to be the president of the contraption? was deliberate. I saw, I think it was then Sahara reporters too. They've also started. They said, Peter Obi was bounced. Then from there to Peter Obi went to Rome because he wanted to see Tifnumbu. Because a Supreme Court judgment that gave a 255 billion naira judgment against Fidelity Bank. I was like, what's going on? Do you understand? Like, everybody should be asking, where is Tifnumbu? Your press idiot. But somehow, almost every day, every hour, this, right? I don't know. I kind of like it, Sha. You know what I mean? Like, it means they kind of fear him. I mean, like they fear him. They have no idea, right? What it could do or could happen. Like when you have somebody in that space and you always want to profess, what do you call it? You want to try to kind of like reduce, the way the world sees this person. All right. And you keep doing that, and you are saying, I don't care about you. I can always deal with you. I'm bigger than you. But I mean, I'm trying to process it. To process that, okay? So I saw this, Sahara. I saw the one, okay, Reno. Yeah, the Reno mockery, right? It was not invited. Yeah, he tried to get crash. What's this one? For Food Coyote, right? FFK. So that one too was like, it was not allowed in to see the Pope, blah, 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 blah. So while they were at that, right, then another image emerged. Guess the twist. They did actually have what they call the sitting group picture. So, but you know something? Ironically, Tifnumbu is seated there in the front. Obi is there like about 3 or 4 rows behind him. And Tifnumbu said DC, who was supposed to sit behind Tifnumbu, is somehow, in this sitting arrangement, is seated behind Peter Obi. So the obedient are now saying that because Obi is the real president. But this guy wearing suit in the front is just a usurper. The twist. All about this Rome this, Rome that. So if anyone in France sees this man on the right, he's 5'2", 5'2". Too tall like that. They waka well, they too walk well as well. So you may report it to the nearest, what do you call it? The nearest police station to you in Paris, or just call police. Because presently nobody knows where Nigeria president is. That is the problem. That's the point. Because back in Nigeria, right, that they have successfully made a deadly jungle. Some say is that calling Nigeria a jungle is an insult to the residents of the real jungle. Do you get that? Not like the animals, because in the animal kingdom, okay, they would never allow the weakest animal to lead them. Do you understand? So in this case, right, as Koolu is missing, the entire place where they give guns to rogues in uniform, they are running berserk in Ibadan. Alakia in Ibadan today, where the policemen allegedly were chasing Yahoo boys, in their cars. And they started shooting sporadically, like just like that. They said they were aiming to shoot at the tires of the fleeing internet fraud stars, Yahoo boys. In the process, they shot at you know, a 16-year-old boy, and he died instantly. The boy that is currently sitting for is senior WAEC in the battle today. That's just thrown the entire, the communities and the neighbors, neighborhood and everywhere to